boys will tell you that Alexandra Eala, the national hero of the Philippines.
Have you ever wondered what separates a good player from a future champion? It isn't always about hitting the hardest forehand or serving the fastest ace. Sometimes the difference comes down to one thing: how a player responds when the pressure is at its highest. That was exactly the story of Alex Eala's opening match at Wimbledon. Coming into the tournament, expectations had never been higher. After an outstanding grass court season, tennis fans believed the young Filipina had everything needed to make a serious run at one of the biggest tournaments in the world. But Wimbledon has a habit of testing every player, no matter how talented they are. And Alex Eala's first test was anything but easy. Standing on the other side of the net was Mexico's Renata Zarazúa, a player known for her experience, patience, and ability to turn every match into a physical and mental battle. Many expected Alex to win, but very few believed it would come without a fight. From the opening games, it became clear that this was not going to be a comfortable afternoon. Every rally was fiercely contested. Every service game carried enormous pressure. Neither player was willing to give an inch. Alex looked confident in the early exchanges, using her aggressive baseline game to dictate play whenever possible. Her powerful forehand pushed Zarazúa behind the baseline while her flat backhand stayed low on the grass, making it difficult for the Mexican to attack. But Renata refused to panic. Instead of trying to overpower Alex, she relied on smart court positioning, excellent defense, and remarkable consistency. She absorbed the pace, extended the rallies, and patiently waited for opportunities to frustrate the young Filipina. It was exactly the kind of match many experts had predicted. Power against patience. Youth against experience. Momentum against resilience. As the opening set continued, the intensity only increased. Alex created opportunities, but Zarazúa answered almost every challenge. Long rallies became the norm, and every point seemed to carry the weight of the entire match. The crowd quickly realized they were witnessing much more than a routine first-round encounter. For Alex, this wasn't just about reaching round 2. It was about proving that the success she had enjoyed during the grass court season was no accident. Winning Birmingham. Making a deep run in Berlin. Climbing into the world's top players. Those achievements had raised expectations, but Wimbledon is where reputations are truly tested. The pressure was immense. Millions of fans from the Philippines were watching with hope. Around the world, tennis analysts were eager to see whether Alex could carry her impressive form onto the sport's biggest stage. Every point mattered. Every mistake felt bigger. And every winner was celebrated with even greater emotion. As the first set entered its decisive moments, the match reached another level. Both players showed tremendous determination, refusing to surrender momentum. It became a battle of nerves as much as a battle of skill. Only one question remained. Could Alex Eala overcome her toughest Wimbledon test yet and take the first step toward a dream Grand Slam run? As the first set moved deeper, the pressure inside the stadium became impossible to ignore. Neither player wanted to blink first. Alex Eala continued looking for opportunities to attack, but Renata Zarazúa kept answering every challenge with incredible determination. The Mexican veteran refused to let the rallies become predictable. One point she would slow the pace with a deep topspin shot, and the next she would force Alex to cover the entire court with a perfectly placed angle. It was exactly the type of tennis that could frustrate even the most confident players. For a brief moment, it looked like the momentum was beginning to slip away from Alex. A couple of unforced errors appeared at the worst possible time. Her first serve percentage dropped, and suddenly Renata sensed an opportunity. The experienced Mexican started playing with even greater confidence, extending every rally and making Alex work for every single point. The crowd could feel the tension. Every point was greeted with louder applause. Every winner brought an emotional reaction from both players. This was no longer just another first-round match. It had become a true Wimbledon battle. But this was also the moment that revealed how much Alex Eala has matured over the last 12 months. A year ago, she might have rushed her shots, trying to finish rallies too quickly. She might have allowed frustration to affect her decision-making. This time she stayed calm. Instead of forcing winners from impossible positions, Alex trusted the game that had brought her success throughout the grass court season. She focused on moving her feet, improving her shot selection, and waiting for the right opportunity instead of trying to create one out of nothing. That small adjustment completely changed the rhythm of the match. Point by point, game by game, Alex slowly began taking control once again. Her forehand became more consistent. Her backhand found the sidelines with incredible accuracy. Most importantly, her serve started working exactly when she needed it most. Time after time, she landed big first serves under pressure, preventing Renata from attacking her service games. Those free points gave Alex something every player desperately needs during difficult moments: confidence. And confidence can completely transform a tennis match. As the opening set reached its closing stages, both players produced some of their best tennis of the afternoon. Long rallies were followed by breathtaking winners, while incredible defensive shots kept the crowd fully engaged. It felt less like a first-round contest and more like a second-week showdown. Then came one of the biggest moments of the match. With the set hanging in the balance, Alex produced a brilliant return game. She attacked Renata's second serve aggressively, stepped inside the baseline, and immediately took control of the rally. Instead of waiting for mistakes, she forced the action, applying relentless pressure until Renata finally cracked. That breakthrough changed everything. After battling through one of the toughest opening sets of her Wimbledon career, Alex held her nerve to close it out 7-5. The celebration was brief. She knew the job was far from finished. Winning the first set was important, but experienced players like Renata Zarazúa rarely disappear after losing a close battle. If anything, they often come back even stronger. Sure enough, the second set began with the same intensity. Renata immediately increased the pressure, determined to force a deciding set. She chased every ball, defended brilliantly, and continued making Alex earn every single point. But something was different now. Alex wasn't just playing with confidence. She was playing with belief. Every difficult situation she overcame made her stronger. Every important hold of serve pushed her one step closer to round two. The momentum had finally shifted in her favor, and for the first time all afternoon, it looked like she was beginning to dictate the match on her own terms. Still, Renata refused to surrender. She continued fighting for every point, reminding everyone why she has built a reputation as one of the toughest competitors on the tour. The battle was far from over. Winning the first set had given Alex Eala the momentum, but everyone inside the stadium knew the match was still far from over. Experienced players like Renata Zarazúa don't simply fade away after losing a close set. Instead, they come back with even greater determination, hoping to force their opponent into one more battle. That's exactly what happened. From the opening games of the second set, Renata raised her intensity. She continued chasing every ball, turning defense into attack whenever an opportunity appeared. Every service game became a test of concentration, and every rally demanded absolute commitment. For Alex, the challenge wasn't physical anymore. It was mental. She had already survived one difficult set, but now she had to prove she could finish the job. Champions don't just create opportunities. They know how to close matches. That lesson became the theme of the second set. Alex stayed patient, refusing to panic whenever Renata produced a brilliant point. Instead of forcing risky winners, she trusted her game plan. Her footwork remained sharp, her shot selection became even smarter, and her first serve continued to arrive exactly when she needed it most. Perhaps the biggest improvement in Alex's performance was her confidence under pressure. Earlier in her career, difficult moments sometimes caused her to rush. This time, she looked completely different. Every point was played with purpose. Every decision showed maturity beyond her years. As the games passed, it became increasingly clear that Alex was no longer just reacting to Renata's tactics. She was controlling the rhythm of the match. Her aggressive returns placed immediate pressure on the Mexican's service games, while her deep ground strokes prevented Renata from stepping inside the baseline. Whenever a short ball appeared, Alex attacked without hesitation, forcing the crowd to erupt with applause. Yet Renata refused to surrender. She continued fighting for every point, producing remarkable defensive shots that kept the contest alive. Time and again, she extended rallies that seemed impossible to win, reminding everyone why experience remains one of the greatest weapons in professional tennis. The tension inside the stadium reached another level. Every hold of serve felt like a small victory. Every break point carried enormous significance. Millions of fans watching around the world could sense that one moment might decide everything. And then that moment finally arrived. With the pressure at its highest, Alex produced one of the most composed service games of the entire afternoon. She landed powerful first serves, followed them with fearless ground strokes, and refused to give Renata any opportunity to fight back. Point by point, she moved closer to the finish line. The crowd rose to its feet. Every strike of the ball echoed around the court. Then came the final point. As Renata's last shot drifted long, Alex looked toward her team with a smile that said everything. She had done it. After surviving one of the toughest opening round challenges of her season, Alex Eala had booked her place in the second round of Wimbledon. It wasn't an easy victory. It wasn't a perfect performance. But perhaps that's what made it so important. The best players in the world aren't judged only by how they perform when everything is going their way. They're judged by how they respond when matches become difficult. Today, Alex answered every question. She stayed calm under pressure. She adjusted her tactics when momentum shifted. Most importantly, she trusted herself when the match was hanging in the balance. That victory says far more than the scoreboard ever could. It shows that Alex Eala is growing into a player capable of handling the pressure that comes with Grand Slam tennis. With every tournament this season, she has looked stronger. With every difficult match, she has looked more mature. And with every victory, belief continues to grow, not only within her own team but among millions of fans who dream of seeing a Filipina star make history on the biggest stages in tennis. Now the journey continues. The first obstacle has been cleared. But Wimbledon only becomes more difficult from here. Every round brings stronger opponents. Every victory creates greater expectations. And every match presents another opportunity to prove she belongs among the very best in the world.